All right, gang, STAT1800. The purpose of this video is to work demo number 2 for lesson number 2. So question number 1 is a probability distribution. And again, I've already typed in all the answers. So let's just make this a little larger. So I want to pull up the data, open in StatCrunch, because it's much easier and more efficient. And I demonstrated this in a previous video, but if I want to find the mean and the standard deviation, the easiest way to do that is to go to Stat, go to Calculator, and come down to Custom. So let's focus right now on distribution A. The weights are in the probability of the distribution of A, and let's hit Compute. Now you can see that we get a left skewed distribution. And we have a mean of 3, which I've entered right here. And we have a standard deviation of 1.175, which I've entered right here. Now, another question about A is part C. What is the probability that X will be at least 3? So I can come down and change this to at least, which is greater than or equal to. Hit Compute, and you see I get 0.71. Now, again, remember that the distribution A is left skewed. Kind of let the cat out of the bag here. The distribution of B is going to be right skewed, but we'll see that in just a second. All right, let's go up and edit. Change the distribution to B. For obvious reasons, change the probabilities to distribution of B. You can see that we get a right skewed distribution here. So therefore, that's the reason I chose A is left and B is right skewed. You can see that the mean for distribution B is 1. You can see that the standard deviation is 1.75. Now, it also asks what's the probability that X is greater than or equal to 3. So I need to change this. And you can see I get 0.14, which I entered right here. All right, next question. Next question, we have arrivals ranging from 0 to 8, and we have the frequency. So I demonstrated this also in a previous video. So I have to do a little bit different. I have to create my row of probabilities. So the first thing I want to do here, make this a little bit larger where at least I can see it. The first thing I need to do is come to Summary Stat column, and I want to find the sum of the frequencies. So I know what to divide by. So the sum of the frequencies is equal to 200. So the next thing I'll do is I will go to Data, Compute, Expression. And you know, if I'm teaching this in a class, I don't mind going faster. I do mind going faster because, you know, students are trying to take notes and are trying to, enter things in their calculator or StatCrunch. I go a little faster in a recording because I know you can pause me and stop. So just let you know that's the reason. All right, so expression, I'm going to build it. I need my frequencies divided by 200. And I'm going to call this the probabilities. And actually, to be technical, I should do probability of arrivals. So I now have my probabilities. So I can now calculate the mean, the variance, and calculate probabilities. All right, so go to Calculator, go to Custom, Arrivals, Probability of Arrivals, and Compute. So I get a kind of a right tail distribution. Mean of 2.565, which I've entered. Standard deviation of 1.930, which I've entered. And probability X less than 2. Different than X less than or equal to 2. is 0.37. Next question, we get into binomial distributions. So remember, a binomial distribution, as I taught in that video, is a function of n and pi. So what I can do, this is just repeated. I don't like problems like this, but it is what it is. So I'm just going to work the first and second one. So the first one, we have n equal 5 and pi equal 0.3. So I told you in a previous video, wait a minute, that's not right. It's 5 times 0.6. Oh, that's wonderful. And you can see that the mean is equal to 3. The standard deviation here will be the square root of 5 times 0.6 times 1 minus 0.6, which we know is 0.4. So the standard deviation is 0.095. For B, we have n equal 5, pi equal 0.9. So it should be no surprise that the mean is equal to 4.5. And the standard deviation is going to be the square root of 5 times 0.9 times 0.1. And we get standard deviation of 0.671. I'm not going to do the rest of those because they're just exactly the same. So it'd be kind of redundant to keep doing it, but you need to go ahead and fill these in. All right, student is taking a multiple choice exam, in which case each question has 4 choices, A, B, C, D. Well, this is an interesting approach. Instead of studying, the student has decided on a strategy where she'll place the 4 balls in a box, and she'll pull out a randomly selected ball, and then whatever that is, that will correspond with the answer that she puts on her test. So she has 5 multiple choice exams. All right, so what I need to do is I need to go to, it's a little clumsy here that I have to do this. Let me see if I have a StatCrunch. Yeah, I've got a StatCrunch open. So I need to open up a StatCrunch. All right, so I need to clearly have a binomial distribution because she's either going to get the problem right or wrong. So let's go to Stat, Calculator, and Binomial. All right. So the parameters enter are n. So she has, how many questions are there? 5. And the probability of getting a question right is 0.25. All right, so what is the probability that she will get all 5 questions correct? Doesn't look good. Well, I need to, okay, so the biggest trick to this one is just the rounding. They want you to round to 4 places. So when I come out 1, 2, 3, 4, I see that 9 at the end has to be considered, has to consider the next value, which is bigger than 5. So that rounds to 0.0010. What's the probability she will get at least 4 correct? At least 4 correct means 4 or larger. So the probability is 0.0156. What's the probability she will get no questions correct? 0.2737. And what's the probability that she will get no more than 2? Correct. We'll get 0.8965. All right. Well, hold on. We have another question, don't we? No, I guess that's it. Confused. Is that all of them? Yeah, it is. Okay. All right, gang. That's all I got.